Is America on the verge of a housing price collapse? Prices could crash by up to 20% and homes are overvalued by as much as 72%. Expert warns, guys, this is insane. Homes overvalued by as much as 72%. And right now we could see a crash up to 20%. Look, check this out. Boise, Idaho, Charlotte, North Carolina, Austin, Texas were the three most overvalued areas in the United States. Moody's found that 183 of the nation's 413 largest regional housing markets are overvalued by more than 25%. This is insane. So guys, what do you think a 20% drop to the market is going to look like? Well, it's going to be welcomed, a lot by people trying to jump on the market. But just the idea that this, some homes could be overvalued by as much as 72% is insane, guys. Now look, I'm going to tell you, things are not looking very, very good. This is, as many of you guys know, Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, came out today and said, hey guys, he's thinking the rates are going to go up next month, okay? They might raise it up 0.75 points. They're scared about inflation. Now, the inflation report is coming out, and look, currently it's at 8.5 right now. It's down from 9.1. If inflation goes down, okay, it's going to be great news, okay? Everybody is going to be celebrating, and yeah, it's like things are working. If inflation is the same number or like just varies by 1.1%, or in either direction, so like 8.6 or like 8.4, like it's bad news, okay? It's like really bad news. Now, if it's above 8.5, if it gets closer to what it used to be of that 9.1, guys, it is going to freak out the Feds. They're going to raise the rates, and the housing market is going to come crashing down. I hate to say it for anybody who has bought in the last year, but the thing is that we were in a huge housing bubble. Guys, we had lowered the interest rates down to zero, and basically you can get a mortgage for like 2.5%, which is unheard of. Look, this blue line right here is 2019. Red line is 2020. Orange line is 2021. Black line is 2022. Look how much prices jumped. This time 3 years ago, the median sale price in the United States was $275,000. Now it's up to $374,000, $100,000 more. Now here's the deal. That's like almost a 35% increase. That's across the entire nation. Now, do you think most Americans out there in the last 3 years saw their salaries increase by 30-40%? Absolutely not, right? So to see that houses went up this much, basically is an indicator that the affordability is gone. People cannot afford to live in their own communities. This was basically market manipulation. This bubble was created because we had low inventory and historically low rates, and we had a supply issue. Look, nobody was putting out their house in the market during coronavirus, and why would they, right? Everything is shut down. Everybody was scared. Nobody knew what was going to happen. And it was like the worst time to possibly buy a house, emotionally. Remember, buying a house is an emotional commitment that people do. It's an emotional process. People fall in love with the property, the neighborhood, and whatever. So, during coronavirus, unfortunately, people weren't feeling very good. Anyways, so we see this huge bubble, right, start to inflate. And we see the peak right here in June. Now we have huge amounts of inflation. That's basically what happens when, we have to fund wars that we had to go through. Then we had the 2008 financial crisis, the housing crash crisis that we printed ourselves out of. And then we have a little bit of, a lot of government spending as a whole. Every administration loves to spend money, from Clinton to Bush to Obama to Trump. They all love spending money. And then we have basically the tax cuts, which, kind of started throwing more fuel into the fire, started making the economy nice and hot, which is good in some ways. But then we had coronavirus, which shut down the economy. It sent the whole country all crazy. The feds were super scared what was going to happen. The government was scared. So they lowered the rates to zero. And people, there are companies and people that are rich that took advantage of that situation. Basically pricing out regular home buyers, right? We saw scenarios in the last year where someone would list the house and someone would offer 10,000, 20, 30, 40, 100,000 over asking just to get in and buy that house. Well, that is ridiculous. A lot of people were looking at hedging against inflation. They knew inflation was coming, and they know that putting their money in a property is probably the best idea. And it is true. If we're going to have inflation for the next 10 years, everything goes up. All the prices go up. So if you're able to, lock in a 30-year mortgage, if you understand the concept that, money becomes less valuable, and you could lock in a mortgage, with 3% interest rate for 30 years, you could see that the more inflation rages on, the less basically you have to pay, because essentially money is becoming less valuable. I'm going to do more videos on that concept, but basically that's the idea. Anyways, things are not looking good for the housing market, guys. We are going to see huge drops. Once the Fed rate comes out next month, you're going to see a whole different scenario. It's probably going to start crashing even harder. So let's see what happens. You know what? The buyers have dried up. Inventory is starting to sit on the market longer and longer. And that is a recipe for a huge housing crash. So we're just going to keep our eyes on it. This is huge breaking news. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go ahead and end the video. Now look, check this out. I want to just say a huge thank you to everybody who's been watching my videos and supporting my channel. You guys are truly, truly amazing. Thank you guys so much. Now, if you're new to my channel and you enjoy what I have to say, please don't forget to smash that subscribe button and go ahead and like and leave a comment. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video.